Good morning. It is Saturday, the 22nd, and I am so thrilled. I am so happy to host you. How are you guys doing? On a Saturday morning, listen to my voice. It still has that baritone, you know? Are you guys well? What are you guys up to? Are you able to hear me? Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Yay, 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 yay. Welcome, welcome, Agostina, Barnabas, Edzani, Emily, Ignatius, Katleho, Linda, Lindiwe, Mutabi, Pesi, Pilisiwe, Puleng, hey, Raisiwe, Refilwe. Are you guys still in bed? Sylvia, you're trying to confuse me there, Mhlanga. But now I know. Welcome, welcome, Tau, Tsekane. Yes, colleagues, obviously, I would love to, mention everyone who is here, but just to appreciate everyone. Dr. Matawane there, I see you have just joined. Yeah, thank you so much for believing in yourself. Thank you so much for putting so much value in yourself that you believe you deserve to be better. You know, the first thing is to love yourself. And if you love yourself, when opportunities like the one we have today to connect with the global world to improve ourselves, I mean, you just raise your hand. The only thing I want to check, do you have a pen? Do you have some paper, some book next to you? Because this is different. It's not like any of the master classes we have ever hosted. This is different. This is powerful. This is empowering. I can't wait myself. I'm ready. Are you ready mentally? Are you ready to be transformed? Because you have to be ready to get maximum value from this, because you're going to connect with people who have achieved so much, people who are ready to share something awesome with us. So we're going to be a little bit time sensitive today, because we are part of a bigger platform. So I hope you are ready. If you are running your GP practice, if you are running an NGO, if you are running a household like myself, I have two sons, I have a wife, I have a, how old is my daughter now? I only know that she's turning 2 in Feb. So if I count back, maybe she's like 18, 19 months, somewhere there. You know, you need to elevate your leadership capacity. I mean, I'm running the clinical care platform, and at the bottom there, you see Academy for Leadership and this. So how do I do that? You know, how do I prioritize? How do I manage myself? You know, maybe you work in a ward, and you're just responsible for that ward. You need to be aware that you have a certain level of leadership capacity, that if you improve, you know, everything around you improves. You know, if you decline, you're going to have a lot of issues. And sometimes if you're not self-aware, we are going to feel it. You know, we'll be saying, stay away from Buleng, stay away from Tau. You know, so I'm just so happy that you have made that investment. It's monetary, but I think the biggest investment is the time, because this is a Saturday, and you could have chosen to use this time differently. The other thing which is important is that you know, things that are worthwhile, they will cost you something. You know, just to be here on a Saturday, I know it is costing you something. Time with your family. If you are a GP, you would have been working. You know, so I don't want to take this for granted, but to make you aware that you have made a trade-off. Like me, probably a year ago, I made the trade-off, and you know, my life is not the same. And I said this during the week, I don't want to go through this journey alone, and I want to go with you. So the life thing is gonna start now, but before that, I just want to share with you a little bit about where I'm at life, in life, just for a few minutes as an introduction, and then we will head over to the to the awesome event and get you there. So you'll see a number of things are starting to change. Yes, you know, clinical care platform, that this is the future me, right? So who's the future Dr. Mawela? I think is the one that you are looking at. Let me just see if I'm able to. Give me a few seconds. Yeah, and I think I'm fine. So just a couple of slides, probably not more than 10 slides, just to say that this is a lead to live in healthcare. This is what we call it here at CCP, in collaboration with clinical care platform and stuff, because I work in the health space. So you're gonna find that it's a lot of leadership and personal development content that we are going to go through today by various people. But we will have to you will have to translate it to where you are, because even in healthcare it's broad. Like I said, some people are CEOs, others are medical managers, others are running their private businesses. So today is not just like any other virtual event you have attended. It's your day for transformation. This is your launch pad. If there's one thing I want to assure you, it's exactly that. So in the next few hours, I know that you will not just learn from some of the best leadership minds in the planet. I must be honest with you. You'll also get time to think about areas that you want to apply what you're going to learn. But the most important thing is to make the commitment. Why I'm saying this is because we are towards the end of the year and we are about to get into 2026. So I think it's an opportune time. You don't want to start to reflect in January. It's too late. Yeah. So I know as well that your leadership lead, we always talk about this leadership lead. Is it a 5? Is it a 6? Wherever it is going to be enhanced, it is going to be improved. And all that it means is that there are so many people who are going to have so much fun. You are going to attract the right people around you. You are going to be such an impactful person around you. So yeah, so I do leadership now and coaching and stuff using some of the globally tested tools in the Maxwell world, and you will learn a little bit about some of these things throughout the day. But this is what this leadership and personal development academy is all about. Firstly, I don't know if there's anything like this currently. That's why I call it a South Africa's premier leadership and personal development. If you already have it, then it's yours. Just raise your hand and say, Dr. Bella, you are late. We already have thousands of these things. But I think it's going to be interesting because I want to look at how I can help you as a person, but also if you are running your own institution, I want to see how I can help you by just elevating the leadership capacity, yours, but also for the team. And we're gonna doing a lot of training, coaching, and facilitation, but using things that have been tested that we know. You can see my profile is starting to change, talking about Dr. Mawela as a leader, as someone who can help you to develop your capacity, but public health is still there. So I'm hoping that you will embrace this. And I'm gonna just read my profile. I don't like reading it, but today I want to read it. It says I have 20 years, over 20 years. Some of you, I know you are heading for dates. You're like, this boy. So I've dedicated most of my career fighting infectious diseases. I'm known for HIV, TB, and I think it's a space I'm going to continue because I represent most people who are like me in that world, But I also like issues of youth and adolescent health. That is what I've been doing for the last couple of years. But my passion is to help you today, the health worker, for your potential to be extended, and that's why I've been working on myself. Many of you, by the way, have been reaching out. Can you coach me? I know Sylvia is here. Hey, Mawela, when are we starting? I'm like, I am still busy. I was just busy learning because if I want to do something personal, I want to do it right. So if you do have opportunities in your workplace where you want me to come and talk, or maybe you have a challenge in your own personal life where you want to perform better or institutionally, I think we will have a way to collaborate. I believe that leadership begins with personal growth. So these are the programs we will start to do in the new year. And because I'm in the healthcare space and I'm learning this leadership and coaching, I think it positions me as someone who can understand most of you a little bit better than other people. But I am a person of faith. I don't miss my Sunday services. I'm a husband. I also have kids, and this authenticity, me being real with you about, you'll see when I teach about these things, I just share my own journey as well. Because I would, if you come and say, Dr. Mawela, I have this challenge, it wouldn't mean I'm an expert. It would mean we are on the same journey. I'm work in progress in as much as you are. So I do have a hobby nowadays, which is videography and video editing, by the way, that if when I'm stressed, that's what I do. But my mission is simple. It is to help you, and thanks for joining this morning, to discover, to grow, and to deploy the potential that you have. These are some of the sessions we're going to go through today. I think there's one particular that talks about identity. There is who you truly are, and there's how you see yourself, and there's always a gap between the two. And that is the potential. Whenever you hear people saying potential, potential, that is what they are referring to. Right, I need to check my time because there's a specific time to start in the next few minutes, right? So what will this Academy for Leadership and Personal Development do? Leadership development. So if you want to get an assessment and even give it to other people, but these are digital systems and we give feedback. When you say 360, it's like you take an assessment, the person you are reporting to, or even your husband, that people you are working with laterally, but also your teams, they just give feedback on various things, and then we come and debrief. But there's coaching as well in that space, and a whole lot of curriculums that are coming. I think 2 weeks ago we had a workshop at CCP about the DISC, which is more around your leadership and communication style, but in a team, and how you can appreciate different dynamics and how you deal with it. So we're going to be very strong on that, including leadership games and simulations, one-on-one or group coaching coming your way. I think we are running out of time. And then strategy retreat. So, Dr. Bataba, if you feel like my practice is reaching a roof, what's next? What's next? What can I do more? Can I have a one-day session with my team and we reflect on where we come from, where we are, and what is it that we can do, especially if you want to navigate difficult storms that are heading your way. We are going to be able to partner in that space. So I shared a link in the WhatsApp. This is what we are going to use to engage, because we are going to be live, but we need to be able to engage. So you may take your phone at this point. There is a square. I hope you can see that square. Or you can just, if you're on a laptop, you can just type slido.com. The system is going to ask you for a code. You just say 3636148 there. Or scan, just keep it ready, because throughout the day we will be coming back to this Slido gadget. Did you guys find it? Type in the chat if you are in Slido. They just say, yes, I'm in, Dr. Mawela, I'm in. Actually, let me see if I can post that link here. Yeah, so I've managed to post it as well on the chat. So if you use the link, generally you don't need to do anything else. You just click on the link, it takes you to a place where we can participate. Give me a thumbs up if you have managed to join Slido, because we're gonna test it now before we start. Yay, Slido, yay. Thank you so much, Mutavi. Now I have a deputy there. Thank you, Frida. And then do send your number for the e-wallet. Awesome. Okay, let's test Slido. So the first way to engage, just before we run out of time, like we have just few seconds. So how do you rate your leadership capability? So you have a rating scale there. If you look at your effectiveness in your leadership, are you very comfortable? Do you feel you are work in progress like myself? I'm still a 6 or a 5, somewhere there. What is yours this morning? How do you feel? Right, go for it. I see we are so many, but I see there's like just a handful of us participating. Go, 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 go. Go for it. There's no 10. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a 10 myself. I don't know if there's somebody who would say they are a 10. But as you can see, we are work in progress. Majority of the average is around 4.5. So you had you came at the right place. You know, you came at the right place. And before we start, just you appreciating and thinking about it critically. You know, can I do more? Can I develop myself more? Can I lead better? You know, how do I elevate my team? Maybe you are in a board and you are the chairperson of the board. Maybe you are a pastor, you are running a church. I don't know. Maybe you are the president of this country and you would need to work hard on that because, yeah, the dynamics and where we find ourselves as a country, we need a lead lifter. We need a leader who is a lead lifter who can help us to pull out of this rut where we find ourselves. So, yeah, take a snapshot of that because I don't know if I'll be able to take a snapshot because we must reflect on it maybe towards the end of the day and say, okay, this is where we are. I don't expect it to change today, but you're gonna get enough things to start to think about and to start to work on so that when we have the next one next year, you kind of like think, you know, where else can it be? Yeah, it is recorded, but because this is a licensed event, Rumbidzai, we won't be able to share the recordings anywhere. It's a 100% licensed event, which takes me actually to my next slide. So this is not like CCP's event. We just got a license, and license have rules. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. So just to introduce Live to Lead, because I see we are about to hit 30:30, which is the official start time. So this is an annual leadership gathering. I didn't know about it. I only knew about it last year, and I got to experience it. And from that day, yeah, things became. I mean, I was very comfortable where I was, but when I attended, I realized, oh, Bawela, you are very far. You know, so this year is the 12th intake. So yeah, you are joining it when it has matured, I guess. And this event has inspired many leaders by sharing invaluable leadership and personal growth principles with live audiences and at over 300 locations in the world. So you need to be aware that we are not the only ones going through this. So you are part of a global community, and I think it's awesome, you know. So it is also a leadership development experience designed to equip you, to empower you, to enable you with fresh perspectives and practical tools, but also things that are very actionable. So it's not just the theoretical things. You will learn from world-class leadership experts. And I will say so because uh, my mentor, John Maxwell, I mean, he is the number one. I know that you will find ratings saying this one is number one, but to be honest, I don't think there's one person in the world who has impacted countries, leaders, and business people, institutions like he has done on leadership. So yeah, I'm hoping that you will hear from him today, and I think you'll tell me if you agree with me or not. You know, but you're gonna find a way to have a new plan about yourself, about your business, about your team. And remember, a team can be, don't always think about work. You know, I always take it home here. If we are the Mawelas, we must have some goals. And how do I influence my sons because we are so close? And there's a whole lot of emotions that, I mean, those are the most difficult people to lead, you know? Yeah, so this is what the event is. And before we start, let's start with our first. So, are you responsible for a team? Yes. Are you responsible for a team? If you are responsible for a team, is your team performing the way you would love to? I mean, if you are a GP, you have your admin person, you have your locums, you have this, You know, what's holding your team back from winning? These are anonymous, so we won't be able to see. We won't be able to see who has typed what, but it's so if I mean your team, maybe you are a CEO of the hospital, you have your executive committee there. You know, are you happy with where you are? Where would you like to be? And the gap there, you know, between where you are and your ideal. Why do you have a gap? What's holding you back? You know, what's holding you back? I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and I'm gonna pause a bit. You can see there lack of systems. Yeah, that word procrastination. There is no leadership or personal development session I have had in the last 12 months where this word procrastination has not showed up. So we do have a procrastination a problem, you know. Puleng says, yes, I'm responsible for a team, lack of systems, knowledge and skills. Emily says, yes, I'm responsible for a team. Yeah. Sometimes it's the alignment between your vision and them. Sometimes you see the vision, but we, the followers, we, the team, we don't see it. So you have to help us to see it, you know. Lack of systems, fear, yeah, initiative. So people maybe you always have to push the team, allowing, letting consistency, lack of leadership, soft skills. Yeah, those are deal breakers like communication, negotiation. We did the disc webinar last week or something, and you could see that you know there's personalities in a team, and if you don't pick up the pattern you may not be able to engage them or communicate with them effectively. um I'm checking my time. We have a minute actually, so I should be stopping. So keep typing, keep typing. I don't want us to miss the bus. Are you ready? Are you ready, team? Are you ready? I am so excited. You guys don't know. I told the team that we are doing this thing and we are investing in it. And even if there is one person who's going to show up, this one we are doing it. So there's no going back, colleagues. If you were one, it was going to be a one-on-one coaching session with Dr. Mawela. It's a pity there's more people. But Zavi says yes, lack of resources, understanding. Yeah, yeah, I'm so ready. Nearly missed the bus. Yay, Sebejo. Hey, Refilwe, it's time. It's time for change. I know we work in a changing environment. You know, it's difficult, but your leadership capacity will elevate you. All right. That's it, colleagues. I think it's that time. So before that,